So I'm going to go ahead. Welcome everyone. This is Patty Marmon. I am your host tonight, and I'm super excited for this exclusive interview with Miss Lisa Zapatka. Did I?
Pretty much. Zapatka, yeah.
Zapatka.
You got
Many
it.
women are looking for job security in this current market, and the direct sales industry has generated over 145 billion a year. And it's evident that the direct sales companies are offering higher quality product, definitely competitive compensation plans, and inspirational training that's helping to explode their bottom line market. Even with Pure Romance, even during the most economically challenging times, has continued to increase their profit each year. And so, as one of the leading companies with the direct selling industry, that's Pure Romance, we offer products as bath, beauty, massage, lingerie, relationship enhancement items, but as well as information and education to strengthen couples' relationships and keep single women safe. And we have such a high quality line of product that's unique, is competitively priced, and our hostess plan is extraordinary. But more importantly, Pure Romance is a company that cares about their consultants. And our mission is to empower, educate, and entertain. And we offer the opportunity for every woman to earn anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a month just from holding a few parties to earning a six-figure income through our impressive training and support program. And I do know Pure Romance has greatly changed Lisa's life and many other consultants that she leads. So now I'm super excited, we get to discover what the buzz is all about and talk to Miss Lisa. And I have to say, Lisa, reading your story, oh my gosh, your first year as a consultant, I can't wait for you to share that story. That is amazing. How much your retail is. So if you wouldn't mind, kind of share with everyone the original reason you started with Pure Romance.
Plain and simple, I needed a job. I had been in the mortgage business for a long time. I'm an old lady here. And I made really good money there. And in 2007, that industry crashed. I mean, literally crashed. Companies were closing left and right. The company my husband worked for closed. The company I worked for closed. And I was like, oh my gosh, we have a mortgage, we have bills. What am I going to do? And I kind of, went through a transition period, but I decided I need to find out some place for the second half of my life career. And what am I going to do? And I don't want to keep recreating myself every 2 years. And so I had been to a Pure Romance party, and initially I guess didn't really think about it, and then we have someone else there. So anyway, the consultant that I ended up signing under, I found out how much money she was making, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to give this a try. And as I say, the rest is history. Like you said, you saw my first year and how I did.
Oh, please share with everyone your first year as a new consultant.
Yeah,
what were your retail sales?
What was what?
What was your retail sales?
I think it was, I don't have the exact number, I think it was 55,000 and change. I signed up the last day of April, so it wasn't even a full year.
Oh my gosh.
And so I was actually and I came over, as I told you, and some of the girls may not know what this is, but there was another company, Slumber Parties, that ended up merging or being bought by Pure Romance a year and a half ago. So I came over from there, exact same type company and everything. And so with that company, I was new consultant of the year. We have the same thing here at Pure Romance. So it was pretty exciting.
Oh my gosh, that is exciting. $55,000 retail. You're a great example of what you can do when you put your mind to it.
Absolutely.
Could you tell me, Lisa, maybe share one or two things that you've enjoyed the most about your experience with Pure Romance?
Yep. I will say, honestly, it is the money. Money does motivate me. It gives you, doesn't buy happiness, but it gives you choices in life. I also love the flexible schedule. I do this full time, so I get to decide when and where I work. I haven't done a 9-to-5 job, and I can't tell you how long, and I didn't want to go back to one. Also the fact that, it's with a 9-to-5 job, generally, you're getting paid a wage, it's a set amount, and that's all you can make. With this, we are in control of how much, based on our effort, the hours we work, how much money we can make. Also with growing a team. So between that, the sky is the limit.
And if someone were looking into, I love that, sky's the limit, definitely. If someone was looking into Puromance, what makes Puromance different or unique from any other company?
I think that we have a great, unique, I want to say maybe niche product. And what I mean by that is there's obviously there's tons and tons of different home party businesses out there. But our product is one that, there's jewelry, there's candles, there's cooking, all fun stuff, but you can buy that anywhere. So we provide a nice, safe, fun environment, confidential, where women can come and discreetly buy our products, because most of them do not want to be caught or seen at an adult store. So I think that's where we kind of have our uniqueness.
So what do you do, or how do you go about getting your customers to come back to you, to keep buying from you? I mean, obviously you've got it going on, $55,000 retail. Yep. Your first year, and just what you've done so far this year. So if you could share, what is it that you do that helps keep your customers coming back?
Really just staying in touch with them. I try to become friends with a lot of them on Facebook, so that, and I don't just post business stuff on Facebook. I post a lot of personal stuff. They all know that I love to cook. They know that I have, 2 dogs and 2 cats. They're always asking how they're doing, so that, because people want to do business with people they like, people they're friends with. So I just, try to be that person. I'm also, I will have to say that the majority of my sales in my business is at parties. And I'm, from the very beginning, I've always been very good at booking parties at parties. I started off with some friends and family, and when I first started, I said, hey, I started a new business, can you do me a favor? Because who wants to say no to doing a friend a favor? Host a party, help me get my business started. It's so much fun. I'm going to hook you up with free stuff. And then I learned early on from my leader, how to always consistently book probably at least 2 parties at every party. But I've also, I do vendor shows where I book parties. I keep in touch with my customers to get them to rebook. And then I do probably two times a year, I do a flash sale where I get, also get sales, repeat business from my customers. And I'm going to start, I was doing it once or twice a year, but I decided this past August when I came back from Vegas and I had a very successful client appreciation party, I'm going to start doing one every time the new catalog comes out. So it'll be 3 times a year.
Oh my gosh, that's an excellent idea. I love that. And your energy is like woohoo, off the hook. So I know your parties are super fun because you definitely have the energy.
Right, that's very important. You definitely want to be fun at your parties.
And you definitely have the style. And I was telling you this the first time.
Yes.
Like, ooh, I love her style.
Ooh, thank you.
So could you tell me, if someone's listening in and they're thinking, why would I want to host a Puromance party? Why do our hostesses love to host?
Well, because we're going to hook them up with free stuff. Ladies love free stuff. Plain and simple, once again, love free stuff. They've probably been to a party, they see how much fun it is, and they want to do it again. We provide a time that they can get away from the kids, get away from the husband, kick back with their girlfriends, laugh, but learn at the same time, and get some real fun stuff to go home with.
Definitely, I love that. And so if one of our guests was listening and they're thinking, okay, I would like to, I want that energy. I want that fun. How could a consultant, tell us how a consultant could get started?
Basically the first step is, you buy a kit. And I think too many people overthink it, like, oh my gosh, should I do this? Shouldn't I do this? In the big picture, our kits really are not that expensive. And so, you know what? I always say, jump in, give it a try. Worst case, you got some fun stuff to keep for yourself, but you might just find out it changes your life. So once they've bought a kit, we're going to set up a training schedule for them. I right away, I have a welcome email that I send them. I encourage them to shadow me or one of the other leaders at least 3 times, but they're welcome to do it more than 3 times. When I started, I shadowed my leader probably 6 to 8 times, and I still shadow from time to time other consultants just to stay fresh, see what they're doing that's new. It's kind of like going to local meetings or national events. It just keeps you motivated, keeps you engaged, always keeps you learning. So that's going to help them get started. We have an amazing website where there's videos, there's our party school, which they just started this past year, which is amazing. It takes them step by step through starting their business. So it's not just like, here's your kit, we'll take your money, goodbye. We're here to help them every step of the way. If they're willing to do the work, we're willing to help them be successful. We have Facebook groups where we support each other. It's just an amazing sisterhood.
And what I hear is you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And absolutely love that. So when someone gets started, do they have to have a minimum sales quota? Because I get that asked all the time. What's the minimum sales quota? Do I have to have a quota?
There is, but it is so ridiculously low that it should not be of concern to anyone. It's $100 every 60 days. I tell people you could spend that much just on yourself, and that's $100 retail. With their discount, it's I think $60 out of pocket. Buy yourself some products yourself, but it's very easy to stay active, and it should not in any way be, I think, an intimidating factor. Which I just thought of something, not to change, but sort of related. But before, when you're asking, what makes us unique as well, and I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, why pure romance? And this just came to me. I'm sorry. A salespeople swirl, and I'm usually like this. But comparing to our uniqueness, we have a very high commission level, and I think because you're talking about what it takes to stay active. Our consultants can start at 40% and can go as high as 60%. Most home party businesses are only 20 to 25% on average. So for the same amount of time and effort, you can make twice as much money with pure romance. That's just smart business,
Well, if you wouldn't mind sharing, then speaking of money, the average amount a consultant can earn on an average party, and how does she get paid? Because I know some party plans, they have to pay their parent company before they get paid.
Right. They have to enter the information, and they get their commissions once or twice a month. That's another amazing feature. The beautiful thing about us is, first off, we get paid the night of the party. So anytime you need money, just do a party or do a quick flash sale on your Facebook page or whatever. But the average consultant makes about $250 a party. So I always tell people when they're thinking about this, even if, because I do it full time, but I say, even if they're looking for a part-time job, part-time income, they want to pay off some bills, save for vacation, buy some furniture, pay for a wedding. You do one party a week at a $250 average, you can make an extra $1,000 a month. That is going to completely change people's lives.
Wow.
And I think I had heard a statistic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it was when we were in Vegas or who said this, if it was one of the speakers, but that the average person is only $500 away per each month of needing to file bankruptcy.
Yes. 500. That's like 1 to 2 parties. So speaking of Vegas.
Exactly.
I was going to say, speaking of Vegas, we had training, which is amazing, and then we had a special incentive where a lot of us got to go free, and there's a Chicago incentive going on right now too. So could you share with us some of the incredible incentives, contests, and amazing benefits that Pure Romance offers us?
Yeah, they always are running different incentives or contests where you can win free trips, you can win cash bonuses, other types of things. And it's just amazing. I mean, I will have to say I've been able to earn quite a few of those, and it's pretty cool. At the end of last year, they had the Choose Your Own Adventure, where depending on how your numbers, you either I think got $1,000, $1,500, or $3,000 cash bonus before the holidays last year. I won the $1,500 level, and actually my husband and I used it to go back to St. Martin in this last spring, which we love to go to. And then I did win the Vegas trip. I won the Chicago trip. And it's just great, being able to, it's just additional perks and benefits and all kinds of good stuff.
Do you have a favorite trip that you've won or that you've earned? Let me rephrase that you've earned. Or which is your favorite, you think?
Yeah. Vegas was pretty cool, and that was really great, and I did take my husband with me, and we had an amazing time. So that's probably up there. Second to that was the one that I was just talking about, where we earned I earned the cash bonus the end of last year, and we used it to get ourselves back to St. Martin. We had gone there on our honeymoon, and we had been there on a couple of anniversaries, and we hadn't been in a while. We just didn't have the money, and all of a sudden it was like, oh, we get to go again, and that's our favorite place to go. So.
Needless to say, he's obviously loving your business.
Yes, and he's actually the one. I'm lucky. I have a very supportive husband, and he's kind of the one that gave me the nudge to do it. I was like on the fence because, like I said, I didn't want to have to keep like recreating myself, and maybe I was one of those ones overthinking it. And he's like, you know what, give it a try. And so, yep, he loves it.
So Lisa, say someone says, okay, I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to give Pure Romance a try. And it doesn't say, and they decide, okay, this business is not for me. I gave it a try and it's just not for me. What happens then?
Nothing. I mean, there's no penalty to them. I think some of them think that they're like signing some sort of, contract that they have to do it for a certain amount of time. Like I said, I think I said this earlier, worst case, you had a lot of fun stuff to keep for yourself. I always encourage them, do it, get in, I can help you make your money your first one or two parties back. And then from there you decide, if it is for you or not. So really, if they're willing to at least give it a try, they're not going to be out any money. And the kits are such an amazing value that they're getting so much more for their money than, what it actually costs them.
I agree. Yeah, more bang for the buck. A lot of product, a lot of value for little cost. And what I find is a lot of women get super excited as they join Pure Romance, and they're sharing with their friends, and then their friends see what they're doing, and their friends want to join them, and before you know it, it's like, bam, you've got a team. And so and we know that there's a benefit from building our teams. Could you share a little information about like our Pure Romance's leadership program, how you're rewarded, or like if you grow your team, the benefits of growing a team?
Yep. Yeah. I mean, first off, you don't have to recruit very many to start to reap the benefits. You have 3 people on your team, just 3 people, like you said, 3 friends, whoever, and now you're a senior consultant. You move to a 50% discount, which is huge. And you start getting something called a lifestyle bonus. They give you a monthly bonus. In addition to what you're making at your parties, you're getting $100 a month from the company just for having 3 people on your team. And then you start, and let me see what the number is here. Then you also start getting what's called an override. So the company is also going to pay you on what your team sells monthly. So this is a great way to leverage your time because you can only do so many parties a month yourself. And so now you're getting paid even when you're not working. So at the advanced, I'm sorry, I said the wrong title. 3 people, you're a senior consultant, I apologize. So senior consultant, you have 3 people on your team, 50% commission. You get paid 2.5% from the company on everything your team does, and you're getting that $100 a month lifestyle bonus. How great is that?
Oh my gosh.
So, yep. And then there's other different leadership programs. There's depending on what your personal sales are, how many people you recruit in a year, and then some of it is based on what they call group sales, which is your team sales. You can either hit President's Club, you can hit board of directors, senior board of directors, which one, it's a great recognition, but once again, you get a free trip with it. If you're a senior board member, you get to have input on consultant policies. So just a lot of great stuff.
So it sounds like that the consultant, so the senior board, they get to make decisions for us consultants. How cool is that? Is that being a pure romance consultant, you have the opportunity to have the say-so on how pure romance is moving forward.
Right.
That is pretty awesome. So Lisa, say someone's listening in and they want to jump on board with pure romance. What's the first step? What would they do? What would they need to do? They're like, okay, I'm in. What do I need to do right now?
Like I said, the first thing is buy your kit. Don't wait. The sooner you buy your kit, the sooner you can start making some money. Just do it is what I say.
And Lisa, if you have a guest, I love that. If you have a guest on this call, where would they go buy their kit? Where would you tell what email address would they need, or website would they need to
Well, most likely they're probably talking with a consultant who has shared the opportunity with them, whether it's a friend, whether they've been to a party and it's a consultant they've met. So they're going to want to go to that consultant's website. Hopefully the consultant has shared that information with them, but they want to go to their website. Very easy. Once they're on the website, they're going to go to Join My Team. And then they can either do buy kit, or there's a place where it says peek inside. I always tell them go to peek inside kits, because then they can see the kit comparison of the 3 different kits we offer. We have something for everyone's budget. I generally like to recommend the deluxe kit if it's within people's budget, just because it'll start them at a higher commission right off the bat, 45%. They get 2 of everything in the kit, so they get 1 to show, 1 to sell, and it makes them active right away. But, regardless, even if you're starting with the standard kit, I would just get in as soon as you can.
Oh, I love that. Love that. And so, like, if there is someone that's listening in, one of our listeners is interested, but they're still kind of sitting on the fence and they need some more information, or maybe there's several consultants listening in on this call and they have someone that's sitting on the fence. What is your process, or what advice do you have to help guide them?
I would probably try to find out what their objection is, or what their concern is, to see if you can answer it. Sometimes they may just say that and they're just not ready, but maybe it is something that you can answer for them. And then, once again, what I've started doing is really just trying to show them the value. And I've started doing this new thing recently, and I don't know if any of you are on your team or the people on the call, if you are familiar with Jen Marshall. She's here on the East Coast with us. And she's probably one of the top 10 in the company in both sales and recruiting. And she's come up with this target analogy. I don't know have you heard of it?
Yes.
She does? Okay.
Yes.
So I've started doing the target analogy at my parties. And I've actually, I've taken a picture. I have a picture or printout of each of the kits showing what's in them versus what's in the kit, what it costs, and what the value is. And I'm actually passing that around at my parties, or if I'm meeting with someone, showing them that, and just showing them, what the amazing value is. And I don't know, do you want me to share the target story here on the call?
Yes, please.
Did you want?
Please.
Okay. So anyway, and I do this, if you're doing a party, like I said, I probably do most of my sponsoring or recruiting at parties. And so, I tell my story, a little bit of what I told you guys of how I got started and why I did this. And then I give them a chance to ask me anything about the job. And then before they ask me questions, I tell them I have this little story for them. So I say, okay, let's pretend you're sitting on your couch watching TV and a Target commercial comes on. Who loves Target? Everyone, oh, yeah. I say, yeah, I know. You go in there for milk and you come out with $200 worth of stuff and everything but the milk. So, but today the commercial says that you can get $450 worth of products for only $153. That was our, as of this morning, that was our sale. So anyway, so who would get off their couch and run down to Target to get that deal? I know I would. I want to get $200-300 worth of products for free. So now Target also tells you, since you got in on this deal today, you're also going to be given a 40% discount for the rest of your life. Who thinks that's amazing? Heck yeah, it's like Black Friday every day. So, well, my friends, that is pure romance. As I told you before, there's no minimum parties to hold. You can be what I like to refer to as the Avon Lady of dildos and pass out catalogs or even have some online sales. You could even earn a few extra $100 a month doing that. If you want to earn thousands, I'm going to show you how to host parties. If you don't want to do parties, you can still just get the 40% discount for yourself. You'll never have to choose a scent or a flavor again. You could just be a customer for life. There's zero risk here. So if you have more questions, we can talk about it in the ordering room. And so, like I said, since I've been showing them the visual of the kits, it's like all of a sudden, it's like, I don't know why, but it's just like they're connecting with it. So I don't know if that's really answering your question, though, of how to get people off the fence.
I love that. It's a visual form. I'm a very visual person, hence the video call, and
Yep.
And very visual. And I think people want to be able to, as well as see the value of romance and what their money's being paid for. And so as we get ready to end, I would love for listeners to hear a value of pure romance. If you wouldn't mind ending us with maybe one of your most memorable moments with pure romance or with a party.
Oh my.
I know that's hard a lot.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, my most memorable moment, I will have to say, was my first year winning New Consultant of the Year. It was just I just can't even describe it. That early on in my career, being able to walk the stage, and I say, once you get the taste of it, you that's it. You always want to be up there. Just really, we are changing women's lives, empowering them. And it's interesting because, and this comes up, and I'm sure everyone can relate to this. When we try to tell them that our parties are ladies only, and you always get that one guest that wants to argue, well, co-ed parties would be so much fun, and why don't you let men at your parties? And I go through the explanation of, we want to have a nice, safe environment where women feel comfortable coming, learning about this kind of stuff. You put a man in the room, and suddenly it's a completely different environment. And I had heard this recently, and I started saying this when this objection comes up, and I say, you would not believe the statistic of how many women have been sexually abused. And we just we don't want them to feel uncomfortable. So I had somebody at a party about a week ago, and she was real close to signing up. And it was interesting because she was just saying, her father thinks she should go into sales and all this stuff. But she whispered in my ear, and she said, I was sexually abused. I've gotten beyond it, but I think this would be good for me. I like what you're teaching women. And that really touched me.
Oh, you are giving me chills. That gave me chills. Oh, I love that. You're making a difference in women's lives, both in the bedroom and out of the bedroom. I think that's phenomenal.
Right. Yeah, we give women confidence, just in so many ways, making them feel comfortable talking in front of people, making them financially independent on their own, not dependent on someone else. Just so many things that we do for them.
Lisa, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule, being on the East Coast, and here I'm on the West Coast. So it's late. It's late over there. So thank you for taking the time out and sharing your story and being with us here tonight. And if anybody has any guests have any questions for Lisa, Lisa, what's your website? Is it okay if they contact you on the Facebook event I have set up?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
That's fine.
Oh, perfect. And then any guests or any consultants or potential consultants of yours, please contact Lisa. She definitely has a lot to offer. And thank you to our guests for listening in and taking the time out of your busy schedule. I wish y'all a phenomenal evening, and definitely have a great week.
Thanks. You too.
Thank
Bye.
you.